Hello there again, everybody. Jason here with another movie review. Today, I will be talking about The Marvels, the newest film by Marvel Studios, now in theaters. But before I get started, as always, I will be talking major spoilers. So if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want it spoiled for you, stop the video, head out to the theater, check it out, and come on back, and we can talk about it. But now that we're past the spoiler warning, let's dive in, shall we? So I want to start by saying I did enjoy Captain Marvel. I thought it was a fun movie. It introduced some interesting concepts. I also really enjoyed The Marvels. It was a lot of fun. Now I will admit it does have some problems, as all these Marvel projects tend to have, but it did not take away from my enjoyment of the film. Now I want to start with some of the positives. Brie Larson, Teyonah Parris, and Iman Vellani as Carol Danvers, Monica Rambeau, and Kamala Khan, respectively, are great leads and have such good chemistry together, and you can tell they're all three having a lot of fun, and that definitely comes off the screen. But I feel like some of the characterizations were a bit wonky. The film's villain is a bit forgettable. Marvel has had a tendency to have a villain problem, where some villains are so grandiose and larger than life that they overtake the main character in their own movie. And then there are other characters, such as this film, which are just stand-ins for other villains, or just taking a backseat to the idea of the film and the film's leads, that they just don't really come off as important, and we probably will never see them again. In this case, of course, we won't see them again. Also, I feel like after watching Secret Invasion, the characterization of Nick Fury is a bit off. He was very, doom and gloom in that show, and now all of a sudden he's light and breezy and having fun with Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau. And it's just a bit odd, considering that we saw him one way in one project and a different way in another. This is what happens when you have a franchise that has gone on for so long and has had so many interconnecting films and TV shows that things start to fold in on themselves. People seem to be out of character in one movie or TV show and then work in character in another, and it just kind of doesn't really fit quite well. I feel like it kind of leads into franchise fatigue, which I've been starting to feel a lot more lately. There are some projects that are just really, really solid and really, really good. For example, Loki and Guardians of the Galaxy. And then there are just some projects that don't work at all, like Thor, Love and Thunder. And then there are just some that are kind of in the middle. They're a lot of fun, but they don't really tip the scale, so to speak. It's just a fun time at the movies, and that's what The Marvels is for me. Now, some of the sequences in this movie were very jaw-dropping, and I was just like, what the heck is going on? And one of the sequences is when they visit a planet where their primary method of communication is through singing, and given that Brie Larson is playing Captain Marvel, it was only a matter of time before they got her to sing in one of these things. It was a very odd sequence, and I was just left kind of flabbergasted in the best way possible. I just did not see that coming. Nor did I see the sequence of the Flerken, Goose's offspring. The method of them using the Flerken to escape the falling space station was just mind-blowing and hilarious. I laughed my ass off, especially when they played Memory from the musical Cats over this sequence. It was just the cherry on top of this truly wild and unexpected turn of events. And it's just moments like that that made this movie a lot of fun. It kind of helped elevate it to a different level. Another thing I will say that's kind of is that some of the digital effects were a bit off, specifically with the Flerken. They didn't really feel like real cats, especially when you get a lot of close-ups with Goose. But, when you've got animators working around the clock to make this sort of thing happen, things are going to slip through the cracks, overall, I had a good time at the movies. Some of the elements of it were a bit hit and miss, and I feel like the world building is getting to a point where it's folding in on itself, and you're getting more questions than answers, and some of those questions are going to be left unanswered. And I think it's just a matter of time for Marvel to kind of slow things down and maybe start things over. Who knows? But as a result, I'm going to give the Marvels a 3.5 out of 5. I thought it was pretty decent. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you thought of the Marvels down in the comments. What was your favorite part? I want to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click that like button. You want to see more videos, don't forget to subscribe. Click that notification bell so you can get updates on all my future videos. You can also follow my social media pages. Links down in the description of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.